My name is Mary Foresta, and I am director of the Smithsonian Photography Initiative, a small organization that runs at the Smithsonian Institution. The end of the 20th century, in the year 2000, the Smithsonian took it upon itself to look very broadly across the institution and think about how it could use and know its photo collections better, how it could think about photography better. And I was asked the question, what's important about the Smithsonian photography collections? I'm sure that the answer that the powers that be wanted to receive at that moment was the Smithsonian is the largest photo collection in the world. In fact, no one knows. It would take, I don't know how many years and how many people to count all the photographs to arrive at that exact answer, and by the time that answer was reached, it would be beside the point, because we'd have probably that many photographs yet again. The point is, it's got a huge collection. What is unique about the Smithsonian is its breadth, that it does cover every discipline and every subject matter, from the history collections to the science collections to indeed the art collections. And so the idea then was broached, well, what can we do with these? Over the years, at various points, the idea of physically building a collection, a museum to house all the photographs, has been introduced and then pulled back. Certainly by the beginning of the 21st century, that seemed to be almost an antiquated notion, a bricks and mortar approach to solving access and use of these collections. So instead, we proposed that we embrace the new technologies that were available through digital technologies, that we use the internet, that we use the building of websites to create platforms to gain access and to program our collections and to use them. And that's when the photography initiative at the Smithsonian was born. The idea that you would do this in a virtual space rather than a physical space certainly seemed to echo the first use of technologies at the institution in the mid-19th century, when photography was the new technology. It seemed very appropriate to embrace new technologies to now access what has become the old technology of photography. We're building a website. We're trying to build online programs that are both presentational, that is, show as many images as possible. We're trying also to develop online collections-based activities that are interactive. In part, it's to experiment with what this means to create online programming that's interactive. How do you engage new audiences? Another question that we ask is, how can we turn these websites and these interactive online programs into gallery activities? How is this an educational opportunity? How can we deliver these programs more rapidly and successfully into classrooms all over the United States, all over the world? How can we link up with other photography collections throughout the world? Of course, we've hit the stumbling blocks that probably most of you all know very well. Ones of a variety of standards, of digital capture. What's the copyright issues that are involved in these access points that are digital? How can we safely protect our collections and their use and get them out into the world? And we've done this, hopefully, in a careful manner. It has caused a lot of anguish at the institution as people grapple with the idea of losing control of their physical collections in an online environment, or at least their suspicions that this would happen. It's caused great reallotment of resources as we realize how indeed expensive it is to gain digital access to collections. And we certainly have realized that it is a decision tree of resources, both staff and time and equipment, that impacts the way we do business on site and in the gallery that we have. So it has set up lots of problems. It has also offered many solutions, and it's an experiment that we look forward to moving with in the future.